Good morning. Welcome to Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living Wednesday Inspiration Service. I'm Reverend Gregory Toole. It's so good to see all of you. Welcome to all of you online as well. We're so happy that you're joining us, and there's no time or space in God, so we know you're right here with us in reality, in truth. So let's begin with prayer. Let's open with prayer. So I invite us just to turn inward for a moment, to remember in this moment, to take this moment, to take a couple breaths, conscious, intentional breaths, to remember I am not just this human being toiling out here in life, that right where I am, the divine presence is, life is. There is this one power, one presence of infinite love, infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, and that this one power and presence is that which animates my very life and being, that I am a unique inlet and outlet for the divine. And so right where I am, God is, and all is well. And so in this moment of recognizing that, I bless this time together. I know it is so perfect, a unique now moment, unlike any moment ever in the history of life. And so we get to be in this moment of right now, enjoying it, lifting it up. I know that there is a co-creation going on here with our brilliant speaker, Reverend Valerie Reeves, being the vessel and vehicles through which the message comes today. But I know that all of us in our consciousness and our energy and our essence are doing this dance here together today, as well as Elise Carver being the wonderful vehicle and vessel through which wonderful music comes forth this morning. And so I know that all is well, and something beautiful and magnificent unfolds for each one of us and all of us here today. I am so grateful. I let it be, and so it is. So again, I'm Reverend Gregory Toole, and my pleasure to share some announcements with you today. And before I do that, I'm going to remind us to silence our phones, which I have already done mine. Yes, I'm ahead of the game. Our Science of Mind certificated class, Spiritual Economics, started last night, but you can still get in until next Tuesday. After that, the class will close. We do record it, so if you didn't attend last night, you could start next week and watch the recording for the first session. It's a great class. I mean, we're going to really delve deeply into not only the teaching around prosperity and our divine inheritance of abundance, but how do we bring it forth in a more powerful way in our lives. So join us for that if you're called. There's still room to get in. Our second meditation for peace, the first one was awesome. And I'm not biased just because I led the first one. It was awesome. These are great. I mean, coming together to pray on peace once a month with others in the community. And this one will be really special. First, it's going to be on July 4th, 9 o'clock in the morning before you go to all the festivities. You can come by here July 4th morning, 9 a.m., get grounded in a beautiful peace meditation. And if that wasn't attractive enough, it's going to be led by Anita Morjani. So even more attractive. So join us for that. Saturday, July 4th, 9 a.m. Our spiritual retreat, as you know, is coming up. It's getting closer and closer. It's seeming like not that far away anymore. October 9th to 12th in Simi Valley American Jewish University. You can sign up at the front desk. You can make payment plans. It's going to be a great time. You won't want to miss it. Our Joyful Waves choir is taking a little break, but they'll resume pretty quickly on Tuesday, July 14th. So it'll come back pretty quickly. Divine Dining, the party of the year. That's what they told me when I first got here, and it was like, oh yeah, it truly was, right? And this one, Claudia Krikorian and Jim Hale, they always try to outdo the last one. So this one's going to even be greater. It's going to be music across the decades. They're going all out with an amazing live band, with amazing food, and all the proceeds. They're very generous because even though it costs them a lot of money, all the proceeds, all the money that you spend to buy a ticket goes right to Redondo Beach Center for Spiritual Living. So you get to have a great evening out with dancing, live music, great food, and great company, and all the proceeds go to the center. So you won't want to miss that. It really is. It was kind of my introduction to the center socially. You know, it was like I didn't really know the people very well. And then 1 month after I got here, I went to that and was like, okay, now I know everyone. So go to it. The Red Tent Gathering, which is a group that is looking at the science of mind through the lens of the divine feminine, will be this Friday at 7 p.m. This time it'll be in the sanctuary because we've got the setting up for the Psychic and Healing Arts Fair, which, by the way, is happening this weekend. It'll be all day Saturday and then Sunday after service. We're also looking for people to volunteer and sign up to help us host that and kind of greet the people and be a presence. So you can sign up at the front desk for that. Also, you'll definitely want to attend. There's so many different healing modalities represented at this, and it's a beautiful thing to see over 1,000 people come through the center that are like-minded in a lot of cases, and likely people who might be interested in attending the center. So it's going to be a great weekend. Our Labyrinth Walk will be a week from today, Wednesday, July 1st, after the Wednesday service. Drumming Circle this Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Across from the Teen Room. A concert and dance party with Carla D and the B-Side Band will be taking place on Sunday, July 5th at 12:30 p.m. Come celebrate Independence Day with us, and I know they're going to rock it out. You know Carla, she's a extraordinary show person, and she'll have her band with her. It's going to be a fun time. The Men's Spirit Support Group meeting will be on Monday, July 6th at 7 p.m. Ecstatic Dance was coming up again on Wednesday, July 8th at 7 p.m. All this information you can also find on the activity table as well as in the weekly e-newsletter. And I would be remiss if I didn't say a big thank you to all of our wonderful volunteers. Let's give our volunteers, which includes you, a hand. Yes, it's beautiful. That's one of the most beautiful things about this spiritual community and spiritual community in general is the way that people show up to volunteer and make things happen. So thank you all so much. Our speaker today is the one and only Best Day Ever. Is this the best day ever? Apparently it is. Reverend Valerie Reeves. And we will right now be having a song from Best Musician Ever, Elise Carver.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. This song is called If You Make It So by the wonderful Daniel Namod, who will actually be at the center on July the 12th doing the Sunday service and a concert right afterwards. So add that to your calendar so you can hear the man himself playing songs like this. You can look to the stars for your next encrypted clue, or you can stand idly by, waiting for someone to tell you what to do. But you will wait and you'll hear nothing, and you'll be mystified as to what went wrong. But when you wait, I know that something will make you realize before too long that it is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it go. You'll know joyfulness in time. You are searching for your destiny. happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so. Sometimes it's hard to look inside and figure out what's going on. It can be hard to decide what is right for you and what is wrong. But after all, God created you and knows what you dream of getting out of life. And after all, it's not just a lucky few who will manage to see God's light. 'Cause it is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it go. You'll know joyfulness in time. You are searching for your destiny. You are looking to be free. It will happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so. 'Cause you've got the gift of life, and it's better to decide to make the most of every day. Just think yours is the gift of life. It's in your hands to do it right. All the while, God knows the perfect way. 'Cause it is beautiful if you make it so. God is with you all the time. It is wonderful if you let it go. You'll know joyfulness in time. You are searching for your destiny. You are looking to be free. It will happen once you finally know that you and God alone will make it so.
Beautiful. Oh, I love that song. I hadn't heard that one. I've heard a lot of Daniel Nahmod, but hadn't heard that one. Good morning. Here's what I notice about you, Elise, and about all of you, is that we just keep getting better with time, right? Best day ever. Treating ourselves like a fine wine. Yes, perhaps, or perhaps not. So how are you? And I guess really what the good, because we always want to ask people, how are you doing? How are you? But the real question would be, who are you being? Who are you being? Because a lot of times when somebody says, how are you, we go into our story, right? Yeah, this is happening and that's happening. And so we have to really take a look at, who am I being in this moment? And I think many times people look in the mirror and they want to rearrange everything in the mirror. And it's like, it's not there, it's here. It's nothing outside of us that is creating everything. It's right inside of us. So how conscious are we being? This month, my book has been The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. He also wrote The Power of Assumption, think it forward. So making sure that we are really tuning in to that inner knower and what are our thoughts and what things are we creating all day long. So seeing it from the inside so we can create the outside, exactly what it is that we're wanting and that we're choosing. I do have a quote here that is from Neville Goddard. The outer world is not the cause, it is the effect. The inner world is the cause. Well, doggone it. I just wanted to blame everything else on the world and where it's at, on the parents, and it was just Father's Day, so maybe a lot of things came up for people about their father, and if I'd had a better father, a better mother, a better sister, a better second grade teacher, whatever it is, then my life wouldn't be where it's at. You know, that might be a story that we're telling ourselves, but I know that this is a highly conscious group, that we've put those stories behind, right? Until we pick it up for a second, and then we put it down again, and then pick it up and put it down, pick it up, put it down. So making sure that we're putting those stories and those thoughts down and stepping into something new. Who am I being? And the power of awareness is, what are you aware of in every moment? What are you being aware of? Are we aware of the things that we're grateful for? Are we aware of how amazing and fabulous we are? Sometimes. And sometimes not so much. Sometimes we're going the other direction, and we won't even talk about that, because that is not something we want to immerse ourselves in. So getting in that space of knowing that everything in here is reflected out there. Ernest Holmes said it a little bit differently. The world is your mirror and will reflect back to you what you're thinking. So if we look at the world and it's like, oh, what was I thinking? I know when my kids were in high school, I used to have 4 amazing children. Although when they were learning this philosophy, they'd bring it back to, well, what's in your consciousness? What are you thinking about? It's like, well, we don't want to blame. We want to treat ourselves with love and kindness and others, because if you spot it, you got it. Let me see the good in others. And if people are going through something, let me be that space of love and understanding, allowing people to be who they are, do what they do, and love themselves to the next level. So if I came here and I gave you all $1 million, because I could, right? So I give you $1 million, I said, go spend it, just go spend it. And you went to the mall, the Del Amo Mall is just right down the road, great. So you go into a place and it's like, oh, there's different rugs and carpets, so I'll find a couple for home. And you get a couple, it's not exactly what you wanted, but you go ahead and get it. You take it home, you just have it sent home. And then you go to a furniture store and you get some furniture. They don't have exactly what you wanted, but it's like, yeah, that'll do. This, let's get that. And then you go into a lamps. Consciousness. Do I need to stand somewhere different? Okay, so then you get home and you've got all this stuff delivered to your space, and you're looking around and it's like, I'm not really in love with all of this stuff here. And then we just kind of grumble about it and we just settle with it. Well, our most important currency is our thought currency. Where are you spending your thoughts? And if your thoughts are so valuable, and they are, then wouldn't it make sense that we focus on the things that we really love, that we go into that space of gratitude, that we just allow ourselves to love ourselves to the next level, and that we stay in that space of, oh, that's right for me. Neville Goddard, in his book, The Power of Awareness, he talks about being aware of what it is that you're wanting and what you're moving towards and who you are being, and then act as if. Which then goes to his next book, The Power of Assumption. Assume it's already happened. How would you walk? How would you talk? If you knew that, I spent all this time writing a book and now it's a best-selling book, how would I walk? How would I talk? How would I stand? How would I hold myself? Or whatever it is that you're doing and dreaming of, acting as if it's already, the power of assumption, it's already done, it's already happened. So let me just walk and talk and act like that. And let me make sure that I'm saying words of wisdom and kindness and seeing goodness and kindness in other people. Because again, so within, so without. Because I think somewhere it said we create our own reality. Was that here? Maybe, yeah. Change your thinking, change your life. We are creating our own reality. So if we want to create a reality that we love, then we want to make sure that we are loving ourselves, that we're seeing the good out there. I know I have another quote that the magic quote Master Martin will put up here for me. Change your conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. That just sounds like a little bit of magic. But there is magic happening here. So if we change the conception of ourselves, we see ourselves in a whole new level, a whole new light, that we are strong, we are powerful, and we let go of the old stories that maybe we have drug around with us forever. Stories that people that maybe didn't love themselves told us because they didn't know how to see anything different. Maybe a lot of things have happened in our life, but it's like, what if all of those things happened to make us stronger, to get us where we are? Everything happening for a reason, and it's like, okay, everything is in the past there. Let me move to the future. Let me be right here, right now, and love myself in that wonderful space and get excited about what it is that I want. I remember this story that Edwin Gaines told about when she was little. Edwin Gaines is an amazing minister who talks about prosperity. She's got a whole program on prosperity. She's such a lovely woman. She's from the South, so she has that lovely Southern charm, you know. And she was telling about when she was little, her little brother was 6 years old, and she was about 10. And it was almost Christmas time. And the little brother was, I'm getting a pony for Christmas. I'm getting a pony for Christmas. And so she went to her parents, Edwin did, and she's like, Mom and Dad, are you giving him a pony for Christmas? It's like, no, we're not giving him a pony for Christmas, heaven's sakes. Because they were not really rich. They were not really poor, but, you know, just kind of there. And so she went to the brother and she said, you are not getting a pony for Christmas. Oh, yes, I am. Santa Claus is bringing me a pony. And she felt so devastated. She's like, he's so excited. He had one of those little stick ponies. Remember those stick ponies you run around? He's riding it, and he's like, oh, this is my pony. I'm getting a pony for Christmas. And she's like, I don't want to destroy him by letting him know there is no Santa Claus, but I think I'm going to have to tell him. And her father was working out on a farm for a rancher, and it was Christmas Eve. And the father called home and said, come on out, there's a baby colt being born right now. So the family gathered up and went out there, and the baby colt was born. And if you've ever seen a baby animal being born, it's so magical. So she's there in the magic of everything. And the rancher actually says to the father and to the little boy, it's like, this baby colt is going to be yours. This is my Christmas gift to you. Edwin was like, well, why does he get a pony? And he came over, the rancher came over to her and said, but Edwin, you get the mama. So the mama is yours. And so she's like, how dare I even think that his magic isn't happening? His magic is happening not only for him, but also for her. So being in that space and in that young child-like atmosphere where you just know everything is working out for you. This is what's happening. Rather than getting into the doom and gloom stories. I think that's why they say be like a child and have that childlike faith that things are always working out for you, that life is good and life is very good, and that we're just excited about everything that's coming our way. Can we get behind that? I like to make my spiritual practice fun, so anything that I can do to make it fun, using my hula hoops, using my Play-Doh, using bubbles. It's like, okay, I'm blowing this wish out into the universe, and it's going out there, and the universe is supporting and bringing it right back to me. So knowing that life is happening in wonderful ways. I do have another quote. Your assumptions, conscious or unconscious, direct all thought and action to their fulfillment. Your assumptions. If I'm assuming, oh, this isn't going to work out, we've already put that energy out into the universe. So what if you just tried it as an experiment? Let me just assume that things are always working out for me. Any of you remember that movie, The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel? It was like a long time ago, great movie. It's a good one to pull out and watch again. So the young man who's building this wonderful hotel, and it's not there yet, and he kept saying, things, in the end, everything is going to work out okay. And if things are not okay, then it is not yet the end. So if things aren't working out right now, give it a minute. Start assuming that in the end, things always work out all right. So being in that faith of things are always working out for me. In fact, that's a great mantra. Things are always working out for me. And I just allow Spirit to flow through with ease and grace and love. And if this door closed and I thought it was going to open, then I know that there's even a bigger, better door happening, right? Or a new situation. I have to tell you, I'm in Apple Valley, actually right now. Apple Valley, California. I did get called back up there. So sometimes I get a call and it's like, yes, this feels like what I'm supposed to do right now. And in 2014, I was living in San Jose. I was a staff minister at the Center for Spiritual Living in San Jose. And I thought, it's time for me to step out and be a senior minister. And right then, Monterey was candidating. And I went there and I gave the best talk ever, let me tell you. Gave a great talk, had a great interview with the board and with the congregation, and they chose the other guy. I'm like, perhaps you do not know who I am? And I felt some stuff there, but I also didn't feel like it was totally my match. But the ego kicks in and says, they should have picked you. You were just so much better than him. So then I had to put the ego down, and it's like, okay, I am humbled, and I'm knowing that something wonderful is happening. Well, like a month later, the Center for Spiritual Living in Apple Valley had opened up. Yeah, and my daughter and her husband happened to live there. Now, if I would have gotten that other one, Spirit had a bigger idea for me. Had I taken the one in Monterey, there's no way after a month I could say, yeah, no, this isn't going to work out for me because something better came along. So it was just like a shoo-in. It's like, okay, Spirit, I couldn't even see that coming. Sometimes we can't even see what's bigger and the greater good that's happening. So I went up there close to my daughter, my son-in-law, got to have a lot of great fun with them. And then I felt like after a couple of years, it was time for me to move on. And then I went to Huntington Beach. Always something calling. And so tuning into that call and not getting caught up into the ego that it's like, well, that should have just been mine. Best thing happening is whatever's your highest and best. So we know that the highest and best is always working out for us. We can put the ego aside and be in that space of just trusting Spirit. I know that things are always working out for me, that life is good and life is very good. And I'm just going to know that without a shadow of a doubt. And if I'm not accepted here, or this isn't the perfect fit right here, something even better is happening. And it's being in that space of just assuming things are working out for the highest and best always. I do have another quote up here. Dare to assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. Dare to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. The minute you step into, say you want a new car, I know that's always a good one. It's like you've decided you're going to get a Toyota Prius, and all of a sudden that's all you see out there. Or you've decided you're going to get a Tesla, and that's all you see out there. And it's like, I didn't even notice those cars before. Now I'm noticing them everywhere. It's where your attention goes, because you already assume and know that's the direction I'm going. That feels right and good for me. And then it shows up. So being in that space of, things are always working out. Money is flowing with ease and grace. Health and the right and perfect people always show up to help advise me and guide me. And I just trust that Spirit is always guiding me. So if we always have that assumption that things are just working out for me, then we move in that direction. So being in that loving space, being kind and gentle with ourselves, being in that space of awareness. What am I thinking right now? What am I thinking right now? And then, what am I thinking right now? And notice and observe, and that's just takes a little bit of work, yes, because we have to be consciously aware, and a lot of times we just let our mind go on neutral, and it just kind of goes here and there, and then a story happens, and we just gather up on that story, and we snowball to a whole nother level that might take us down. It's like that is a train that is going the wrong way. So finding little habits and things that you can do to jump onto another thought train. It's like when my mind goes one way, what can I do? Put my right hand in, put my right hand out, do the hokey pokey, turn myself about. Something that you can do that's fun and playful. Music will take us to another level. So maybe having that theme song. Have a way to interrupt the pattern when you start on one of those stories. How can I interrupt the pattern? Do a little dance. Sorry, I wanted to go to that song, do a little dance, have a little fun. Get down tonight, yeah. So finding ways to make your life fun and playful. How am I making it fun and playful, and how am I tuning in to that loving space inside of me? There was this little kitten that was hybrid. It was just a hybrid kitten, and it had gone and studied all this stuff on psychic development and on loving yourself, and it was in the alley just running around and around and around in circles, and an alley cat who had just kind of been raised in the alley, he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, I learned that joy is in my tail, and if I just chase joy, and I catch it, then I can catch it." So he's just running around and around trying to catch his tail. And the alley cat said, I learned the same thing, and I was just raised in the alley. But I learned that joy is in my tail. However, if I just do what I love, the joy will follow. Right? So do what you love and let the joy follow, because sometimes we're trying to figure everything out, and we're not tuning into what would I love. What would I love? Because we know in those times that we try to push the process. Anyone else try to do that? You try to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to push the process. Things don't usually always work out so well. Where if we go with the flow and we say, well, what would I love in this situation versus what can I make happen? What would I love? And let me trust and know that that's what's unfolding. That's what's happening for me, is what I would love. So the more we immerse ourselves in that, and the more we see the goodness out there, the more it shows up for us. It's true for you. Think and grow rich, but think and grow rich. And she has all these exercises on thanking things, thanking your body, thanking the trees, thanking the flowers, thanking, thank goodness we have sidewalks, and thank goodness we have streets and street lights, thanking everything. And the more we're in that gratitude space, the more we immerse ourselves in that, and the more we have to be grateful for. Because the minute you set that gratitude in motion, things start showing up. And more things start showing up, because everyone loves, and the universe loves, a grateful heart. So can I be in that space of gratefulness, being grateful for our heart that beats, and I don't even have to tell it to beat, it just does it. So being grateful for every part of our body, grateful for our fingers, grateful for all that is, and focusing on that. What we focus on expands. And I always think about the subconscious mind, because everything goes into the subconscious mind. The conscious mind basically does three things: look, listen, learn. And underneath that, we can analyze, criticize, judge. But the subconscious mind takes in everything we think, everything we do, every emotion. The subconscious mind handles all bodily functions, stores all of that memory. And I think of a tally sheet, because we move in the direction of our most dominant thought. What is our dominant thought about ourselves? And if we haven't forgiven ourselves for the past, it's time to let it go. We did the best we could with what we knew and where we were at the time. Although I told my son, who got his degree in psychology, I said, I did the best I could. And he's like, I think you could have done better. And so we had to laugh about it. And it's like, based on where I was emotionally, mentally, physically, I did the best. And so now he knows. He's like, no, you did a great job. You did a great job. And I just have to take it in and have forgiveness for my parents, for myself as a parent, and for my children, knowing that we're all doing the best that we can at any given point in time, and not judging it, forgiving it, letting it go, and moving forward. So my charge to all of you today is to get out there, and how are you going to make your spiritual practice fun? Bubbles, Play-Doh, hula hoop? Find something to make it fun. All right, let's take all of this energy and go inside our heart of hearts, closing our eyes to any distractions. Excuse me. Knowing that there is one mind, one power, one infinite intelligence that flows through every cell in our playful, fun bodies. that we just immerse ourselves in that oneness, that goodness, that Godness. As I speak my word and claim for each and every person here, that there is health, there's harmony, there's prosperity, there is playfulness, and there is laughter. That we just take all of that in, knowing that we are loving and laughing and playing ourselves to the next level. Stepping into the world, assuming all is already well. Beginning with the end in mind, walking and talking as if. Always in gratitude. And going to that gratitude space, I am so grateful, knowing that life is just showing up for each and every one of us. That we're in that gratitude, that wonderful attitude of gratitude, space. That more just keeps coming, and we are guided by that inner knower. And in gratitude, I just release my word knowing all is well. And so it is. All right. You're going to do music for us right now, right? Okay, great. So let's welcome Elise Carver back.
Thank you, everybody. The next song I have this morning is called I Know God, and it's by Denise Rosier. I am one, simple and plain, no superpowers, no famous name, but I stand tall, 'cause I believe that something greater has come alive inside of me. I have felt the Spirit stirring in my soul, deep in my soul. I will give love, I will speak peace, all because of the love that's got a hold of me. So wide open, so amazing, it takes my breath away when it recurs to me. In a world where so many feel lost, I know God.
Oh, so beautiful. Wow. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Now it is that time for giving, knowing that as we give, we absolutely do receive. We break those bonds of holding on. We get to release and share, knowing that it comes back to us tenfold or more. Many ways to donate. You can use the QR code right up here. You can donate to the number up there. You can also donate online. And you can also give live and in person, which is always a great way too. So let's say our giving affirmation all together. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. All those who give and all those who receive. I rejoice in the sharing of my good, and I release my gift with love. And so it is. Excellent. And thank you, Dave, for being here, being our wonderful usher. So now we have a little time if anyone has any prayer requests or comments, questions, words of wisdom. What is happening? And I think Vincent is going to... I just love the name Vincent. That's my youngest son's middle name, Andrew Vincent Murphy Rouse, because he took his wife's name and they blended. So thank you, Vincent. Yes, I am.
Well, my sister-in-law has pancreatic cancer, and I'm trying to be a support to her and her son. So I'm asking for wisdom and guidance from God to do that.
Okay. I am knowing that it's already there. I do like to use treatment and use our hand gestures and the 5 steps that we use for treatment, so knowing that God and Spirit is everywhere. I'm knowing I'm one with God, and if I'm one with God and there's only one, then I also know Anne and her family and all that be is one with God. And I am knowing that Anne is divinely guided in all the right and perfect things to do, say, and be. We go to gratitude that it's already done as I just release it to the universal action of the law, knowing all is well. Holding you in love for sure. Yeah. And back here, hello.
Hi, my name is Heather.
Hi, Heather.
And I'm having a very difficult time trying to get my mother's things out of storage, and she died. It's been 3 years, and I really need to release that. And I'm wanting to hold on to everything, and it's really bogging me down. So I know God will get me through this. He's got me started, but I get stuck. And if you could say a little something I can repeat in my mind as I go. I know you're good at that. Thank you so much.
Oh, sure, absolutely. And not to take things lightly, because I feel like I talk about death a lot, just because I know that there's just a putting down of the body, but I still have conversations with both of my parents that have passed. I'll put a cup of coffee there. I'll take a note pad at Starbucks and sit and have conversations, and what would mom say, what would dad say, and which one of them do I want to talk, or what is the highest wisdom. And I've learned a couple things in life. First of all, we can't get out of life alive, right? That it's just one of those things, which is kind of the good news, because if we knew we had eternity to just do whatever we wanted, we'd kind of just sit around and not utilize our time as well as we could. And I've also learned that I can't take anything with me. And so knowing that I can't take anything with me, I remember my mother, she bought these different dresser things. I don't even know what they're called, but she's like, I wanted to make sure I had 5 of them because she had 5 kids, and I want each of you to pick out the one you want. And my sister said, well, should we get a label maker and just put our name on all the things that you want? She was joking, but my mother was so serious, and she's like, yes, that's a good idea. I'm like, I don't want your stuff. I move too much. So being at that space of, let me just remember the joy, and let me go and let go of the things to a higher space and a loving space, because we may love everything that we have, but not everything is serving us, because everything we have takes a certain amount of energy. Yeah, and so being very aware of the energy that it takes to store and to clean and to remember that it's there and to hold on to can really, the more we let it go, the more we free ourselves. So it's Heather, yes? All right. I'm just going to do our 5 steps, knowing that Spirit, God energy, is flowing through each and every one of us. It is all there is. that divine essence, that same power that keeps the oceans flowing, keeps the stars aligned, is flowing. Right here, right now, I know it flows through me just as it flows through Heather. That with every breath of life, if we took in the breath and we didn't release it, then we would not be alive. So we want to breathe in and release all of those things to create more energy, more airspace, more love, more room. Knowing that Heather does this with ease, with grace, with love, with joy, with fond memories, that Spirit just guides and directs where everything goes. And it is done in such a loving way that just opens up so much space, that rushes in to fill Heather with more love, more peace, more harmony. And in great gratitude, knowing it is already complete, with done with ease, with joy, with a playful heart, knowing that our memories are always right there in our mind. We can pull them up at any time as we just release this into the universal action of the law, knowing all is well. And so it is. Yeah. All right. You bet. Thank you. Anyone else? Comment, question, words of wisdom?
Thanks.
Hello,
Hi,
Lily.
I wanted to ask for Lorian Collins, our tall redheaded resident artiste here, who made the sign over the library here.
Great.
She's feeling down because her knee isn't healing as fast as she'd like to and can't get around, and we're going to go see her after this, but just something to cheer her up and help her knee heal faster.
Yes. And I'm knowing that your energy already is healing her, that you're walking in with this beautiful vibration of who you are, the wonderful elders, knowing that life is good, that the right words show up, and that sometimes life slows us down, and there's something beautiful and wonderful coming out of that. So knowing that your presence, it's already healing her, it's already done. So it is. Yes.
Valerie,
Yes.
I'm looking forward to you sharing one of your best songs ever that's playful, fun, and shifts.
So, I feel like any ABBA song is a go-to song for me, but when I'm thinking about shifting my energy, I'm thinking of the song Venus. She's got it. Well, baby, she's got it. Where's Elise when I need her? And just taking that into our own self. It's like, I've got this. There's so many great songs, and finding a song that really works for you, that just always seems to be a go-to for me, is the Venus song, although Mamma Mia, here I go again. It's like, okay, that takes me off that merry-go-round so that I'm not doing it again and again and again. So many great songs, and I'm knowing the right and perfect song resonates for you. Some of the songs that we sing on Sundays, it gets in our mind, and it's like something wonderful. Something wonderful. Harold Payne's song, Something Wonderful, is happening right here, right now. Great songs. So find a good song for you that is like, let me put that on my phone so the minute I go to that level, I can just put it on and change my thoughts, change my vibration, lift me up. Yeah. I'm going to think of a song for you. I feel like there's so many good ones there. Yes. Anyone else? Comment, question, words of wisdom? All right. Well, this works out that I'm here again next Wednesday, too. So knowing best day ever, life is good. And Anne has another.
I'm so grateful you're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm grateful I'm here, too. This is a love space. So thank you so much. All right, so let's take all of this wonderful energy, knowing that there is healing everywhere we go, that the flowers are blooming the minute you walk by, that the trees are whispering your name and sending you love, that we just take all of that in our playful, laughter, fun, loving nature, and allow the divinity of who we are to just shine out there from the inside out. And so it is. All right, gratitude, thank you. Namaste. So we'll get out there and have the best day ever, yes? Yes. All right.